I built a new app called Filament. It's completely free, runs locally in your browser. It's a thinking canvas for people who are trying to consolidate their messy thoughts. I made it because I've been obsessed with tools for thinking. I don't mean productivity tools. It's not a task manager, it's not a habit tracker, it's not another app which is going to help me organize my life. Tools which actually help me think and take the information from my mind and onto a digital canvas for me to be able to parallelize my thinking and be able to use the digital workspace as it was meant to be, not like the traditional paper workspace, which is a box which I try to fit my thoughts into. I've also been a user of Rome Research over the past couple of years. My co-founder Rishabh, he introduced me to Rome Research back in 2021, and I've been a power user of that tool. I've not been able to find a similar tool. And the other thing which I got from Rome Research, besides this parallel thinking system, was transclusion. What I mean by transclusion is I can refer to an element and I can actually bring this out in any number of pages, and that completely changed my thinking model. Before that, my notes were living in Dropbox Paper or Google Docs, which were still sort of stuck in that page moniker. But as soon as I went into Rome Research, I could go more atomic, and every single block was available for me to refer from anywhere else. And that changed the way I could process information. There are other tools which have tried to solve for some of this. Miro is one, and Figjam is another, but none of them actually have the connected thread and the connected nature of the tool like Rome Research or Xanadu. So I wanted to see if there's a way for us to actually build something which was going to be a combination of Rome and Xanadu in one. A few years ago, something like this would have been incredibly hard for me to make, but with the advent of large language models, primarily Fable, Opus, Sonnet, Codex, all of the combination of these tools have actually helped me build this local first AI built tool, which also has an AI component, but that's not primary. I think for me, AI came in secondary rather than actually get the thinking canvas which I wanted, rather than try and find something which could solve this for me. So what is Filament? Filament is a free local first thinking canvas. It gives you a blank space where you can write notes, connect ideas, bring in source material like links, images, video, and use AI when useful. You can build the shape of the idea before it's actually completely finished, or you want to transition it into another form like a PDF or a presentation or a deck. The main metaphor is actually that thread which links two or three or four or five ideas, and it has two flavors to it. One of them is a traditional gray thread, and the other one is a more annotation style red thread, which you can see. The red thread also gives you the capability to branch your thinking from phrase level or word level. I wanted this to feel natural and simple, and I've tried to do that with this sort of user experience, which is pretty familiar if you've used Figjam or any other Canvas tool. The other interesting bit which I want to highlight is the non-traditional use of AI in this for you. So for more detail, you can actually just add in your own API key. I'm not going to be charging you anything. It's completely free, as I mentioned before. You can add in your API key for OpenAI or Claude, or even bring your own local model. And once you have that, you get access to three pre-built characters, Atlas, Sage, and one more. And also you can create your own. You can give it your own persona, and you can start doing whatever you want. So I can summon any of these characters in my canvas, and I can ask them to work with me rather than just have this linear thinking. So I could have different characters doing different things, giving me different perspectives on the things which I'm writing, annotate the canvas with their thoughts based off of the characters which have been set, based off of the system prompts which have been set. And not only that, you can also create images if you want using your own GPT key. And all of this remains local to your browser, and you can take it away by exporting it as a JSON file and importing it somewhere else, or you can export all of this in a traditional Markdown and assets folder. Why did I make it free? Honestly, I wanted a tool which I would use, and I wasn't really thinking of this to be a product which I wanted to sell. I wanted to see the capability of these models and how far I can push them, and can I actually make it into a product or a tool which I like to use day to day and I'm satisfied with, or not. And I'm happy to say that this is at a place where I'm actually extremely happy and it works really well. We have a few users who are actively using it day to day. And that's just how things are going to be. I feel like people are going to be building the tools that they want and they need, and they should be able to do that. That's what has happened with large language models. It has completely democratized the way engineering has worked over the years. And that's what our team is doing. We are actually moving at such an incredibly fast pace. I'm super excited to see what we can do with all of these models in the future. Filament is now available for free. You can try it yourself. It's available at filament.pondbest.ai. It's completely local. It runs in your browser. You can install it as a Chrome app. And know that it's not a finished product, but it's a work in progress. And you can actually influence how it's being built. It's completely free. It will continue to remain free forever. Thank you.